Evening, how you doing? I want to check whether you can see me okay. Hi Adam, I'll tell you what. Hey, Kick It Radio. It's good to see you guys. I'm guessing that's Cameron, so it's nice to see you. Callum, sorry. I try and concentrate on too much when I'm doing this. Hi Adam again, usual problems. Hi Neil, how you doing? I went live just before past. Hi Callum, I called you Cameron for a second, sorry about that. Hey, is the lighting okay, or do I need to give myself some more lighting? It's probably all right now, but I wonder if it's going to get darker in the next half an hour. Hi James, it's nice to see you. I'm going to be talking about networking. I'm giving us probably one more minute to let everyone come on board. But yeah, Dave, Callum, how you doing? Dave, nice to see you. Tell me if the lighting's all right. Tell me if you can see me okay. I think that looks all right, doesn't it? I think you can see me. Hi, how you doing? The best of Wolves. I'm Rich. I try so hard to remember everyone's name, and that probably ties me up a little bit, because what I see is your Twitter handles appearing down the bottom. There you go, I've got quite a good memory. I look all right likewise. If the light goes, can you all hear me okay? Because if you can't hear me, I'll put my microphone in, but at the moment I'm just doing it straight to the iPad. Can you hear me okay? Give me an answer down here, and let me know. And let me know what the connection's like as well. I'm going to talk here for sound is good for you. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to tweet that link again because someone's asked if I can send them the link directly, and that's our friends from San Diego. Here's the link, and I'm live now. So here's the thing, right? I'm going to do this at the same time every Monday night. I'm going to do this 8:30 every Monday night for half an hour, and I'm going to keep announcing it because I seem to I've got more people viewing if I do this at the same time every week. Geffin, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hi, how you doing? I don't know everyone that I'm talking to, so sorry if I don't know all of your names. I try to get it right. I'm going, yeah, give me some hearts. Whoever's giving me hearts, I don't know who's green, but whoever's giving me hearts, thanks for that. It gets more people looking at us. Hi, Tanya, nice to hear from you. I don't know if you guys have spent much time going and actually investigating Periscope and looking at some of the broadcasts, but some of the broadcasts, have you, Geffin? Have you got exactly this shirt? You didn't tell me that before we got going, and I'm not wearing a flowery shirt today. I don't know if you guys have spent time investigating Periscope, but it is surprisingly addictive. Late the other night when we had watched, hi Megan, when we had watched 4 Networking in Australia, we watched 4 Networking in Australia on Periscope, then I couldn't sleep and I went and looked at a load of other Periscope broadcasts. There is some fantastic stuff out there. You have to dig a little bit deep, but there really is some good stuff. So, for those of you who've been watching me regularly, first on Tuesday night and now we've moved over to Monday, I've got a question for you and I'm after a favour. If I'm going to do this every Monday night at the same time and effectively do a show, you watched a man aircon on a roof. Wow, okay. Oh no, I saw some good stuff as well as men aircon in roofs. I've seen some pretty good stuff as well, which I really enjoyed. Someone gave a load of really good Periscope hints and tips the other night. I'm after a favour. I'd like some ideas down here from you guys. What could I call the show? Tanya, tell me what I could call the show, and I'm going to talk to Tanya directly for a second. Tanya, announce it before you go live. Don't just go live. Announce it. Tell people what time you're going to be going live. Give people time to put it into their diary or their schedule. There is, and this came from a friend of mine called Richard Eaton, as well as announcing it on Twitter. If you've got a big Facebook following, there is an IFTTT recipe. If you're not into IFTTT, get into it. But there's an IFTTT recipe which will also broadcast it on Facebook for you as well as on Twitter. So my top tips for getting people to watch it, and look, I've got 16 people, not a huge amount, but I'm really, really grateful for all of you being on there. Announce it well in advance. I've been announcing this a few times today, and I think as every week goes past, I seem to be getting some, thanks for that, I like that, ask Steph Thomas. I seem to be getting some regular viewers as well. And hi Wayne, I remembered what your handle is these days. What IFTTT, look it up, IFTTT.com. It stands for if that then this. It enables you to set up a whole load of things on the web which will do something if something else happens. So I've got a recipe set up, so when I go live on Periscope it broadcasts it on Facebook for me as well. So Steph's stuff, I quite like Steph's stuff. I think Ask Steph Thomas just sounds to me, Dave, and I really appreciate the answer, a bit like I'm trying to copy Gary V. Bit like I'm trying to copy Gary V a bit too much because he's doing the Ask Gary V show. Zapier is also good, and I've had to use Zapier for something else actually, which IFTTT doesn't do, Neil. Sorry, I'm reading too many things at the bottom at the moment. So yeah, I like the idea of Steph's stuff. Sort of want to get networking in there somehow as well, because when I talk about networking, I plan to talk about networking specifically, Gethin, but there's a couple of things that have come up, and I've done a networking blog today where I talk about something else in business, although it's, hi Adam, although it's somehow pretty much related to networking as well. So if you've got any more ideas as to what I could call the show, put it down here. If you fancy giving me some hearts over here, please do so, that means a great deal. And if you've got any networking masterclass, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, because that ties up with... look, I'm staring at the obvious here. I've had a load of I've had a load of stuff made up around the business networking not for dummies idea. Anyone who doesn't know me, by the way, just a very quick commercial break. I'm the author of Business Networking for Dummies, so that's why I talk about networking a lot. I think the truth is, Gethin, I'm certainly not an expert on business. Certainly not. Demonstrably not an expert. Stethscope. Oh, Ian might be onto something here. I'm really not an expert on business. There are some other real experts on business, like Ian Dixon down here, Unlock Success. My thing, my niche is networking. Tanya, I don't know whether I know you or not. So let me know if I do and where from, or if you found this from something else. And if you've got any questions about networking, ask them here. I'm going to talk tonight, unless you ask me questions. Thank you. Well, that's lovely to hear. Where are you from, Tanya? Where are you watching me from? That would be interesting to know. I'm going to talk tonight about what we do. I spent some great time in Brighton. My 18-year-old son visits his friends down in Brighton quite a lot, so I've been there quite recently. I'm going to talk about what we do at the networking meeting. Go for a cheeky Nando's. Going to talk about what we do at the networking meeting because that's what people ask me about most, and particularly the 40 seconds round for networking, the 60 seconds round other networking events. If there's anyone watching on the web, I try and answer their questions on Twitter as well. I get asked a load of questions about what to do in the 40 seconds, and I think the biggest mistake that I spot people making is that they try too hard to sell everything they do in their 40 seconds. They try too hard to get across the whole of their business and everything that they do and try and bundle far too much into that really short introduction. And actually, what you're selling when you do the 40 seconds is the idea of someone having a one-to-one with you. Give me some hearts, and if you fancy inviting followers, you have to swipe left or right and do something else. If you fancy inviting your own followers, please do so. Always good to see other people and new people on here. I was hoping that my new best friends from San Diego would be on, but I don't think they've joined us, which is a shame. Hopefully they'll come back another week. Simple value proposition statement. What you're doing at the 60 seconds or 40 seconds is you're trying to engage people enough that they want to find out more about you. You're not trying to give people so much that they make a tick and they don't feel that they need to find out more about you. I think a lot of people make the mistake of almost giving away too much. And the other thing is, someone just referred to a 60 seconds here. I think you also have to think real hard about what the purpose of your introduction is for that networking event. To talk about for networking and BNI, for example, at BNI, your introduction is about asking referrals. Your introduction is about being really specific about that. At for networking, it's about encouraging people to want a one-to-one with you. So you need to think about the structure of the event that you're at. Yeah, exactly so. They say keep it simple but learn so much. Thank you, that means a lot, Callum. Don't tell them what you do, give them a reason to ask more. It's all about trying to instill in that 40 or 60 seconds what value you can bring to them and why they might want to ask you for a one-to-one. I think a lot of people get really tied up with have to dash and following. Will be in touch. By all means, follow me on Twitter as well, Tanya. Lovely to hear from you. Thank you very much. And I'll look out for your periscopes as well, I promise. A lot of people get tied up with trying to get everything in there. And a lot of people forget that in any other marketing material, you would always think in terms of benefits rather than features. But when people stand up at networking events, they give a whole list of features, how long they've been established, what they do. I now, in the last 4 weeks since I've been doing this, I now coach a decent number of people who go networking. I coach them one-to-one. That's most of what I do as a business now. And one of the first things which we always do is pick apart their 40 seconds to look at, thank you, Geffen, it means a lot that I'm making some sense. I always pick apart people's 40 seconds and try and put it back together in a way that really delivers some value and also gets people wanting to find out more. I've said a lot, I talk so much about the most important thing is what we do outside of the networking meetings, but actually once people feel really confident in their 40 seconds, then that really helps them to start that conversation with people. Can't remember where I wrote this the other day, but that 40 seconds is your opportunity to start a conversation with people. Hi, so yes, Europe. What about networking that doesn't feature an intro round? Icebreakers. Give me 2 seconds and I'll come back to that, Neil. And if I forget, remind me again. When you're doing your 40-second or 60-second introduction, remember you're in a really crowded market, because even if you're the only person in the room who does what you do, and Geffen, I'm looking at you because you've got a really unique business in networking terms. Even if you're the only person in the room who does what you do, you're vying for people's attention, you're vying for people's time, and everyone has got loads of demands on their time. Even at a for networking meeting, you've only got the free one-to-ones, but even outside of that, people have got